Good morning, everyone. I'm McKenna Alexander. Coming up, how one Democrat dropping out of the race has impacted the primary.
And we're going to be taking a look at our weekend forecast, as it's going to be just like summer coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us this morning. I'm McKenna Alexander.
And I'm Julian Seawright.
Julian, how are we doing today? We got a sunrise. It's a beautiful start. I did skip over the headline.
It's okay. No, it's fine. We're going to just move on forward.
Sometimes I think it's best to acknowledge it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Skipped over the headline, brought it back.
We're human beings, everyone.
We are human beings. It's early, but it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day for us out
That's
there.
right. And it's already starting to be pretty gorgeous for us as we kick things off this morning. Beautiful sunrise here in Madison. And on top of it, it's feeling pretty good outside as well. 68 degrees right now. A little dew points around 57 degrees. A nice little wind from the west-northwest to 5 miles per hour. But one thing is that, friends, to the north and to the west, we are starting to see some visibility issues as we have some fog for some areas, mainly for Boscobel, Lone Rock, and for Watoma, which are looking at obscure visibility because of that fog that's overhead. But as we take a look at our temperatures around southern Wisconsin itself, Madison's actually one of the warmer spots as we're starting off this morning. 63 degrees in Janesville, 67 in Monroe. Many areas are into the 60s as we're kicking off this morning, but Milwaukee is already at 72 degrees for us. Dew points aren't too bad, but they definitely are feeling a little bit of some moisture, but just not too much as we're kicking things off this morning. And we're relatively dry throughout the upper Midwest, and that's going to be the theme for us throughout the course of today. So as you're planning out what you're going to be doing for today, well, make sure it's outside because temperatures are going to feel like, you know, typical summer. We're going to be into those lower 80s, plenty of sunshine on our backs. It's going to pan out to be quite a picture-perfect day to start off our weekend.
State parks are going to be busy. Saturday, beautiful weather.
I can only imagine what Devil's Lake is going to look
Devil's
like.
Lake is going to be crazy. Maybe check out some of your other local parks. There's a lot going on, a lot of ways to get outside and enjoy this weather.
Absolutely, especially with the farmers market too.
Exactly,
See?
you are so right. So many things here that we can do. All right, thanks, Julian. To some local news now, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is investigating after office supervisors were struck by a car while investigating an apparent road rage incident. This took place around 7 p.m. last night in the town of Springfield. Deputies were investigating a car that was hit by a bullet during what they believe was a road rage-related incident. One person was taken to the hospital, but they are expected to be all right. Meanwhile, anyone with information is asked to call the Dane County Sheriff's Office. And charges have been filed against a 22-year-old man accused of groping a woman on State Street early Sunday morning. Ivan Smart is facing sexual assault and false imprisonment charges, according to court records. A criminal complaint against Smart and another man say the two touched and grabbed the woman in a sexual manner without her consent as she was waiting for an Uber. On Friday, a judge set Smart's bond to $15,000. He'll be back in court for a preliminary hearing on August 9th. Police are searching for a suspect who they say broke into a local ice cream shop to steal some cash. Madison police responded to Michael's Frozen Custard on Atwood Avenue around 10 on Thursday morning. Surveillance video showed a person trying to open doors with a crowbar, but when that didn't work, the suspect climbed in through a drive-through window. No arrests have been made, and anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. To some national news now. For the first time in nearly 3 decades, House lawmakers have passed a ban on assault weapons. Now, the measure goes to the Senate now, where it is expected to fail. Deborah Alfron has the latest.
The bill is passed.
The Democrat-led House has passed an assault weapons ban.
This is a very special day in the Congress of the United States that history will record as one designed to save lives.
It comes nearly 2 decades after the last assault weapons ban of 1994 expired. House Democrats have seized on the issue following a series of tragic mass shootings. But Republicans have accused them of playing politics, especially since the bill is not expected to pass the evenly divided U.S. Senate.
Once again, my colleagues across the aisle have rushed to exploit your fear and the pain of victims to rush out a gun control measure that will do nothing to save lives.
House Democrats had hoped to link the assault weapons ban with other public safety bills, including funding for police. But Speaker Pelosi says those votes will take place mid-August. Overnight, the Congressional Black Caucus and a small group of House moderates reached an agreement on terms for the police funding measures, but they'll continue to negotiate until they can craft final legislation.
We've been flooded with so many bills that people have, so we need to, shall we say, We have to have the bandwidth to deal with all of them.
Speaker Pelosi says she's hopeful the House can also vote in August on the Senate Democrats' reconciliation bill, which intends to fight inflation and lower prescription drug costs. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, the final vote on the ban was not along party lines. 5 Democrats voted against the measure, while 2 Republicans voted yes. Meanwhile, another bipartisan bill to boost microchip manufacturing in the U.S. is now headed to the president's desk for a signature. The CHIPS and Science Act includes around $52 billion in subsidies for U.S. companies producing computer chips. It also includes $24 billion in tax credits for new manufacturing facilities, as well as tens of billions of dollars to fund research and development. Republicans were divided, with some saying it doesn't go far enough to prevent investment in China and calling it corporate welfare. But supporters and the Biden administration say the bill's critical to compete with other countries.
Return America to world leader status in semiconductor production and power American science and research for generations to come.
I support making chips in the United States, but we cannot lead a new era of innovation through massive government subsidies.
In a statement, President Biden said the bill will increase domestic manufacturing and lower costs for Americans and will make the U.S. less dependent on foreign sources of semiconductors. Kellyanne Conway reportedly met with a group of Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill Friday. A number of GOP sources confirmed that Conway met with House Republicans and Representative Kevin McCarthy's office for a breakfast meeting. The topic of discussion, to start forming a legislative plan that would be used if Republicans recapture the majority. It's unclear what specifically Conway discussed with the group. That finalized GOP plan is expected to be made public this summer so that members can run on it in the fall. There's now only one major candidate remaining in the primary race for U.S. Senate. State Treasurer Sarah Godlewski announced Friday morning that she's dropping out.
Right now, what we have to do is we have to get behind Mandela Barnes to defeat Ron Johnson. And that is exactly what we're going to do.
She's the 3rd major candidate to throw their support behind Mandela Barnes. He'll be facing a few primary challengers on August 9th, but none who have polled even close to him. Barnes and Godlewski were both elected in 2018 and have served in the executive branch together.
As we campaigned together 4 years ago and have served in office alongside each other, I've always admired your determination, your dedication to make the most out of any situation.
So the question going forward will be if the money follows Barnes out of the primary. Candidates like Godlewski and Lazary have self-funded their campaigns into the tens of millions. If pooled, the Democratic fundraising far outpaces what Johnson has raised so far, ahead of what's expected to be a very expensive campaign. And a quick reminder for those who have already voted for the primary. You can still change your vote, but you need to be quick. The key is to get the clerk to spoil your ballot first. Then you can request another one by mail or early vote at a location. If you haven't mailed a ballot back, you can take it into your clerk and get a new one. Be careful, though, you can only spoil a ballot twice. Also, in most cases, you have to do this by August 4th, which is the deadline for a clerk to mail an absentee ballot to you. If your ballot is still in the mail by then, you won't be able to make any changes. Still ahead, why U.S. health regulators say right now they won't be approving a 4th COVID shot for adults under 50. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking an alert day in your forecast. Coming up just ahead on News 3 Now this morning.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. That means $50 off every Buena Vista, Summit, and Doctor's Choice Original. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for only $50. Plus 50 months no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike. Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everyone. And as we're starting off our Saturday, well, we do have some areas of fog just west and a bit north of the Dells as we're kicking off our Saturday morning. But the good news is we are going to look at that fog starting to lift as some visibility has improved over the last few minutes for us. But as we take a look outside here in Madison, a beautiful start as we have blue skies and a clear sunny day to start our day off for us. Planning out the rest of it, just know sunshine is really going to dominate. Temperatures will be a bit warmer than they were yesterday, but we're still going to feel just wonderfully as we get in throughout the rest of today. Though it's going to be quiet for our Saturday, we are going to start to see a bit of change as we head into our Sunday. So planning things out for us, our afternoon and evening is going to see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will warm into the lower 80s. And as we go into tonight, a starry night, nice light breeze. It's going to be rather pleasant once again as we get into our Saturday nights. Going into Sunday morning, temperatures will be a bit more mild around this time tomorrow. And as we get into our Sunday afternoon, temperatures will be into the low 80s, but still a little warmer, but not overly warm as we get into our Sunday afternoon and evening hours. So as we go into Sunday nights, well, this is one thing we're going to be watching for is the overnight hour activities. As we are going to see a couple of spurts of some showers and even some thunderstorms that could develop overnight and rumble their way throughout southern Wisconsin, mainly just trickling into the northeast of Dane County as we go into the overnight hours. The good news is by the time we're heading out the door and going to work, well, we're going to start to see still some quiet conditions, but it will be rather mild as temperatures will already be into the mid-70s by the time we get into our late Monday morning. Outside of that, though, in terms of how much rain we're looking to see, not a whole lot of measurable rain is going to be expected, but for some areas that may see a thunderstorm or two are looking to start to produce a bit more rainfall for those areas, mainly near Juneau. But outside of it, we're not going to be looking at too much in terms of a rain event for us. Alert day is in the forecast for us because we are forecasting for a high of around 95 degrees next week as we're going to see a heat dome develop once again as we get into the mid part of our week. So around Wednesday is where we're going to be seeing the hottest day and the most humid day for us as we get into the next few days for us. So folks, just make sure that you're prepared for that summer heat to really rage on as we get into our Wednesday and Thursday for us. Taking a look at our 10-day forecast, again, our alert day is for Wednesday, around 95 degrees. Heat indices could push into the mid triple digits for us. It's going to definitely feel a whole lot like August and definitely going to need to stay cool, find the pool and our cool spots. Yes.
I was going to say stay cool, find a pool. I liked that. Was that on purpose?
That was not on purpose. I was like, oh man, I'm rhyming here. Look at here.
Just keep going.
I know, I'm about to say, I'm going to have to write that down.
Stay cool, find a pool.
I don't know. I think the cool spots was the last one, but it was just like,
yeah, we just got to find something with sunscreen.
I'll work on that. That's what we're going to do.
All right, coming up, we'll get Jillian's full wrap for staying cool. All right, thanks, Jillian. This just in this morning. If you haven't checked your lottery ticket from last night's drawing, don't bother. Someone has beaten the odds and won the estimated $1.28 billion Mega Millions jackpot. Lottery officials say there's one winning ticket, and it was purchased in Illinois. The jackpot is the nation's third largest lottery prize. To some health news now. According to the CDC, there are now more than 5,000 confirmed monkeypox cases here in the United States. The agency says 47 states have reported cases. The disease has also been reported in the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico. New York has the most cases, followed by California and Illinois. Globally, there are more than 22,000 confirmed cases, and of the 79 countries that have reported them, the U.S. currently has the most. Meanwhile, U.S. regulators say they're no longer considering authorizing a second COVID booster for adults under 50 years old, at this time at least. Instead, the FDA will await revamped vaccines targeting the newest Omicron subvariants, which are expected in September. Members of the Biden administration have been pressing regulators to allow the shots before the fall, but the regulators say it would be more beneficial to just wait. Here in Wisconsin, the state health department is warning about shelled peas sold at farmers markets around the state. That's including here in Madison. 6 people have come down with salmonella that was traced to the peas that were produced by Green Barn Farm Market in Ripon. The state release didn't indicate which farmers market sold the peas, but they did say if you bought any unshelled peas that were not in their pods after July 1st, you should go ahead and put those ones in the trash. Afternoon naps can be great for you, but not if you're trying to make up for poor nighttime sleeping. A new study says, in fact, afternoon napping can lead to some serious health issues. The study, reported in a medical journal from the American Heart Association, shows participants who regularly napped during the day were 12% more likely to develop high blood pressure over time. They were also 24% more likely to have a stroke compared to people who never napped.
And so it kind of validates that a little bit more than just telling people like, oh, it's just not healthy for you. You should get tested. You should talk to your doctor if you're napping a lot. But this is saying, hey, you know, you have a heightened risk of having a heart attack or stroke, and this is what the research showed, and this is the increased risk. So that's a real tangible thing.
Dr. Shaw stresses short naps aren't a problem, and they can actually be rejuvenating. But it's the chronic sleep-deprived naps that she's trying to warn people about. Still ahead, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will share his pick in 3 things to watch. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Here, have a Triscuit.
Bring on the zest with fire-roasted tomato and olive oil. Bring it with Triscuit.
I'm Tim Michaels. The radical left, they're destroying everything we love about America. And too many establishment Republicans, they're along for the ride.
Tim Michaels, Army veteran, endorsed by President Trump.
I'm not some career politician. I'm a self-made Wisconsin businessman who doesn't give a rip about the special interests or their money. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to turn Madison upside down and take back the freedoms that make Wisconsin great.
Tim Michaels for governor, endorsed by President Trump.
It seems wherever you call these days, nobody has what you need. There's a shortage of this, there's a shortage of that, but not here at Precision. Look around, we have thousands of parts in the warehouse to fix your garage door, so you don't have to wait.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. That means $50 off every Buena Vista, Summit, and Doctor's Choice Original. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for only $50. Plus 50 months no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
In some economic news this morning, trends are showing employers have continued to hike worker pay, but those increases still weren't enough to compensate for the even faster rise in inflation. The U.S. government is reporting wages and salaries for civilian workers increased 1.4% in the second quarter and 5.3% over the year that ended in June. But after adjusting for rising prices, wages, and salaries, they actually declined 3.5% over the past year. Instagram is walking back some new updates after getting slammed by its users. The app's been criticized for trying to look more like TikTok, filling your feed with short videos, ads, and recommended content from strangers, instead of still photos and posts from friends and people you know. Instagram's chief says it will take a big step back and regroup. Parent company Meta says it will also stop testing full-screen posts and decreasing recommended posts. Meanwhile, Twitter's lawsuit against Elon Musk is set to go to trial this fall. A Delaware judge ruled the trial will begin on October 17th, which is later than Twitter wanted, but also a lot earlier than the 2023 date that Musk's legal team pushed for. Twitter is suing Musk in an effort to force the billionaire businessman to follow through with this proposed deal to buy the social media company. Musk said he now wants to terminate their agreement, alleging Twitter breached multiple provisions in the deal. There's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Have you ever wanted to be noticed so badly? Hi, Mom. You want to hang out tonight? Oh. You didn't even care what it was for?
Newly streaming on Hulu is the film Not Okay.
To a writer's retreat in Paris. Yes, really.
Zoe Deutsch plays Danny, a woman obsessed with social media and gaining followers, who finds herself in the middle of a lie after she pretends she was in Paris during a terrorist attack.
Flight 2677 now arriving.
Danny? Danny, she's okay.
We are here with the girl of the moment. You've been blowing up our Insta feed. Speaking of bombings.
Not Okay is streaming on Hulu now.
We need to talk.
If we do this, we have to make this look normal, like a real marriage. Gives you a year of free health insurance. Act like we
like each other.
Newly streaming on Netflix is the romantic drama Purple Hearts.
Music is my everything. Every time I sit down to write something, all my medical problems get in the way.
A struggling songwriter and a Marine agree to marry for military benefits. But when they're forced to play out their marriage, there's a chance they may find love after all.
We gotta keep it together until I get back up my feet.
This isn't what we agreed to.
Let's just get through this.
I love the way you look at him. Just so real.
Purple Hearts is streaming on Netflix now.
I love that you're doing your art, but you also need people. Friends are good to have.
And newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the series Amber Brown.
I don't want to feel guilty for being happy.
How do you decide whose happiness is most important?
Bill, Max, Sarah.
Honey?
Yes?
This is like a movie and I'm an extra in it.
Based on the children's book series of the same name, the show follows a young girl stuck in that time between childhood and the teenage years, who deals with her parents' divorce through art.
Oh, I'm sad.
Happy times won't last forever, but neither will sad times. We'll never ever love anyone as much as we love you.
All 10 episodes of Amber Brown are streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
So you.
Oh!
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Going down one neighborhood road in Hollister, California may seem like you're wearing beer goggles because going down the lane are painted crooked traffic lines. And Antoria has the story.
You can see those crooked lanes behind me here on Ladd Lane. Some drivers are following it, some also ignoring it. And people I talked to here told me that they find it funny, but they want to see it fixed right away.
Well, I was shocked. I thought I was in another country. And little did I know it was right down the neighborhood.
I did take me by surprise because everyone was talking about it, but I didn't believe it because I never heard about it. So I just went through there. I was like, dang, they were right. Like, saw swerving and curves.
Oh, my. I was like, what? Oh, my. That's not the plan.
It looks like a scene out of Mario Kart. These curved painted street lines on the road have drivers ignoring it or slowing down.
Honestly, I was really confused because it was really swervy to me, and I didn't know which there was kind of 2 lanes, like a merge lane and a straightaway lane. So I just drove the straightaway lane. But I do think they need to fix it. Even right here, it's kind of weird too. So
how did it end up like that?
The painting contractor, unfortunately, not reading the plans correctly, but they're going to fix that.
I'm driving down along Ladd Lane myself, and you can see I feel like I have to be a little self-conscious of how the street lines are painted, and I have to be more aware.
What we were doing here is creating a safer street. This street has been used by people drag racing for way too long. Tragedy waiting to happen.
The project was designed to have a few waves in it, just not as sharp. I asked the mayor who the contractor was.
You have the general contractor who hires some subcontractors. He hired a subcontractor to do the painting. It was that person's responsibility. So I don't want to name names right now. I don't think that's fair.
Velasquez says work on Ladd Lane is expected to start soon.
Now, the city is making light of the situation. It's hosting a Wonka Street car racing today in that area, safely though, of course. Up next, there's a new place to play the world's fastest growing sport right here in Madison. We take a look at the new pickleball facility and learn why the sport is so special to its players.
Okay, and he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done. Doesn't even look the same anymore. Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco roofing and siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco roofing and siding ends Sunday. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
I've got some cheese curds that I'm willing to share. And I want to ride that giant slide over there. So if you've got 11 days to spare, won't you come with me to the Wisconsin State Fair? Won't you come with me to the Wisconsin? Great state of Wisconsin State Fair.
There's something for everyone. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 4th through the 14th.
Soak in the savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Mom, Abel's looking for you.
Oh, all right. As parents, we know that all Wisconsin kids should grow up in a healthy, safe world. As a women's health doctor, I know that access to abortion services is fundamental to personal and economic success. I'm going to fight for financial security so Wisconsin families can succeed and even dream. I'm Jillian Bettino, a mother, a doctor, a fighter, and I'm running for Wisconsin State Treasurer.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow. I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Right now, listen up, pickleball players. There's a new facility coming to Madison, and it's just for you. We'll break down the details of what you can expect after its grand opening.
Our final days in July will be beautiful in the forecast. However, dog days are right around the corner. We'll take a look at the forecast coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and send over to Julian Seawright for a look at your Saturday forecast. Julian, you said 2 days of July, and that's true, but oh my gosh, I don't know where this month went.
This month definitely flew by, and just kind of goes to show you that this summer is just flying by in itself. Now that we're at the end of July, at least we have a beauty to start that ending for us. As we're looking at blue skies here in Madison to start off our Saturday, well, temperatures are going to be rather nice as well. By the time we get into the lunchtime hour, we'll start to see those mid to upper 70s really take hold here in Madison, and then we're going to see those low 80s start to warm us up by the time we get into the evening as well. But for our morning, some areas are still dealing with a little bit of fog, but we have been seeing improvements over the past even just 20 minutes. For Lone Rock, we were at just about a quarter of a mile earlier, about 20 minutes ago. Now we're looking about 4 miles in terms of visibility, but just know for Lone Rock and for Watoma, we are still looking at areas that do have fog, so make sure that you are taking it slow and using your low beams for this morning, but that's going to be relieved as we get into the rest of our morning closer to our afternoon hours. Dry conditions here in the upper Midwest as the high pressure system has set itself up here in the upper Midwest, keeping things rather dry for us for the next couple of days. As we get into our Sunday, we do have more warmer air on the way, around 84 degrees for us, but next week is where we're going to be keeping our eye on us. We have an alert day in the forecast for next Wednesday because, folks, things are going to get hot, and hotter. We'll take a look at that in just a few moments. Until then, let's go ahead and toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. The Dayton County Sheriff's Office is investigating after office supervisors were struck by a car while investigating an apparent road rage incident. This took place around 7 p.m. last night in the town of Springfield. Deputies there were investigating a car that was hit by a bullet during what they believe was a road rage-related event. One person was taken to the hospital but is expected to be all right, and anyone with information is asked to call the Dayton County Sheriff's Office. And some more local news. In the span of just 2 weeks, more than 20,000 people will be taking part in August moving days. That means as apartment leases change over, more than 1 million pounds of extra garbage will be filling curbs in downtown Madison. It's a lot for the Streets Division to handle, so leaders are urging people packing up to really consider donating what they can.
It's a double win there. It feels good for yourself to do the right thing, and you're better for the environment, and you're saving these resources, and saving also the backs and hands of all of the Streets Division employees having to lug this stuff around into our garbage trucks.
So to help make donating easier and keep usable items out of the county's landfill, Goodwill has plans to put several bins downtown. A spokesperson from the thrift store says annually, through responsible recycling, they're able to keep 16 million pounds of materials out of local landfills. We're sharing an update on a story we first brought you last week when hundreds of items were collected for Rock County residents during a Christmas in July drive. SSM Health partnered with Youth to Youth for Change for the drive. Over the past 2 weeks, more than 300 toothbrushes, 150 bars of soap, laundry soap, shampoo, and other hygiene products, as well as so much more, have been collected. Once the products are sorted, students with Youth to Youth for Change will distribute those items to people in need. And another follow-up to our story from earlier this week about the threat to the monarch butterfly population. On a Friday, Olbert Garden marked a Butterfly Action Day, focusing not only on monarchs, but all species of native butterflies, and gave information on what people can do to provide a healthy habitat for them.
What you can do in your own yard, at your own home. You might not have a yard, but you could plant a container, like we have containers around here filled with flowers. So you provide that food source for our butterflies and those plants where they lay their eggs.
Albrook is in the middle of its 3-week blooming butterfly show and is open every day from 10 to 6 until August 7th, and there's just an admission fee of $8 for adults. This weekend, Free Bikes for Kids Madison will be hosting its first annual garage sale fundraiser. That sale runs today from 10 to 3 at the organization's bike workshop in the East Town Mall. Items include roof bike racks, bike and pet trailers, tandem and vintage bicycles, as well as an assortment of bike accessories.
You have your whole friend group that's out riding all day, especially in the summer. I know my kids are out riding all day in the summers, and it's how they get to their friends or they get to the pool. So a bike is just a really important part of a person's life.
All proceeds from the event will help the organization give bikes to kids next spring. The first indoor space in Madison entirely dedicated to pickleball is set to have its grand opening in Madison on Monday. And a lot of people are excited to have a spot to play this fast-growing sport indoors. Our Catherine Mark went to the new facility and spoke with some players about what makes this sport so special to them.
Patrick Reha is serving his community in a new way this month. He owns Beef Butter Barbecue in Madison. The opening of the new facility, Pickle Pro Courts, is combining his passion for food and his paddle.
This was an empty space for 20 years, and I used to store restaurant equipment up here. Last summer, I got started into pickleball, and so we started playing, and I got hooked the first day, just like everyone else does.
He's right. A lot of people are loving this sport. 4.8 million people are now playing pickleball. That's almost double the number from 5 years ago, making it America's fastest growing sport.
Pickleball has been around since about 1960. It started with the older generation, and everybody always thought, oh, you know, a bunch of old people are playing the sport. And then all of a sudden, the younger kids are coming in, and it's exploded.
What Patrick says makes the game so fun, anyone can play, including me.
It's taken off, and the youngers are playing with the older people and just loving it. I've had double knee surgery. I'm still on the court. 90-year-olds are on the court. It's just an awesome sport.
With the grand opening just around the corner, Patrick is set to introduce many more people to the game he loves.
After 5 minutes, you're playing. The most confusing part are the rules, and once you have those down, then you know you can only go up from there.
Go ahead and mark your calendars. The grand opening of the ceremony is scheduled for Monday night. A Delavan woman just celebrated her 100th birthday, and while that milestone is becoming more common, Joyce Bolter-Francis' story is even more amazing. Andrea Williams from our Milwaukee affiliate has her story.
1922. The Milwaukee Badgers season got started in the NFL at Borchard Field. Jazz music came to Milwaukee with the first wave of African-American migration to the city, and Miss Joyce Bolter-Francis was born on a farm in Mugwanago. Miss Francis just turned 100 years young and took some time with us to reflect.
This is recorded. I've just had a good life. I've had a good family. I'm just fortunate that I've been cared for.
Her family and friends recently came together for her centennial birthday celebration.
Oh, my goodness. They had a dinner on Saturday, the day before, and they had a silent auction that brought in quite a bit of money, and I gave that to the Environmental Defense Fund.
A lover of nature, Miss Francis has lived all over the state of Wisconsin, Oconomowoc, Wauwatosa, Berlin, Monroe, and has lived in Delavan since 1981. If you're wondering what she does to look so amazing, she credits good genes.
What do you cleanse your face with?
Soap and water.
You cleanse your face with soap and water. Do you drink 8 glasses of water a day?
No.
Miss Francis doesn't watch a lot of TV, but does have some hobbies that she enjoys.
Crossword puzzles. I've started to do jigsaw puzzles. That's not my favorite, but it sure makes the time pass. I do some pillowcases. I sew pillowcases for a shelter program.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing to keep out of mischief.
It's obvious that Miss Francis has a zest for life. She just renewed her driver's license at 100, which means it's good until she's 108.
I haven't been on the freeway for probably a year. I can't believe how fast the cars go.
A fan of parks, Miss Francis took us for a spin into town to check out one of Delavan's newest parks.
Here's the park by the...
Oh, look
water tower.
Needless to say, those who know Miss Francis are motivated and inspired by her every day, including her 3 sons.
She's just full of life. She's full of vitality. She's full of Thanksgiving, joyfulness. She's always encouraging people in the family, but in her friends.
In honor of her 100th birthday, she received proclamations from the mayor of Delavan and the governor of Wisconsin, a well-deserved honor. And when asked what advice she has for others, she gave an answer that's a great example to how she's lived her life.
I don't have any advice. I think everybody has to do their own thing.
Still ahead, Will Smith is apologizing to Chris Rock after the infamous live slump during the Oscars. We'll be right back on News 3 Now this morning.
It's Slumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Get another 20% off both items. Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Slumberland Furniture.
No job's too big, no job's too small. We'll fix them all. Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
We support the military.
We're proud to be veteran-owned and operated. Whether it's a broken spring or a new door, we've got you covered.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Lash Sensational Sky High from Maybelline, New York. Limitless length plus volume. Flex brush. Over 10 million sold. And try Sky High Cosmic Black. Intense black pigments. Only from Maybelline, New York.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
If you haven't been back to a movie theater in a while, what's stopping you? I mean, I know people who haven't put a real pair of pants on in 2 years. If that's what's keeping you, don't worry about it. You can wear your sweatpants or whatever makes you feel comfortable. Me? I like to bring my special binky, get comfortable in a dream lounger, and experience movies the way they were meant to be seen.
I wish I had a binky.
No problem. I got a spare.
It's Slumberland's anniversary mattress sale, and we've got great deals and specials on mattresses. Like a free bedding bundle with select mattress purchases of $5.99 or more. That's 2 free pillows, a sheet set, comforter, and 2 pillowcases. Free. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
News 3 Now and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County are collecting school supplies for area students.
Please help us by donating at News 3 Now, Dane County Boys and Girls Clubs, or participating Walgreens. Visit channel3000.com for details, then donate.
The Madison All-City Championship Swim and Dive Meet celebrates 60 years of competition, July 28th through the 30th. Come out and cheer on the teams in the largest outdoor swim meet in the nation. Learn more at swim.ridgewoodallcity.com.
A legend amongst the green and gold is being honored with a brand new exhibit at the Packers Hall of Fame. Packers fans can hear behind-the-scenes stories of Leroy Butler's time as a safety for the Pack for 12 seasons. Butler's known for being the first player ever to make the now iconic Lambeau leap back in 1993. 4 years later, he would help the Packers bring home the Lombardi Trophy. Butler explains how every part of this exhibit really embodies his journey, and he's so grateful for how it turned out.
You got to understand how they do this. The group that puts these together, it's amazing. And when I went by the beginning, when it says humble beginnings, when I grew up, and I saw the leg braces similar to what I had, that was impactful.
Butler was the first player in NFL history to record 20 interceptions and 20 sacks in his career. He'll be officially inducted into the Hall of Fame next Saturday. Will Smith is speaking out months after his infamous live slap during the Oscars. He said he's deeply remorseful for hitting Chris Rock during the awards ceremony. That onstage confrontation happened after Rock made a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, who shaved her head as she battles alopecia. In a video the actor posted to Instagram, he apologized directly to Rock.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Smith also posted a written apology to Rock on Instagram shortly after the incident. He says he did reach out to Rock, but was told the actor and comedian isn't ready to speak, but he'll reach out when he is. Still ahead, how some seniors from overseas are brewing up a new hobby at their retirement home. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking an alert day on your forecast next week. Just ahead on News 3 Now.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't miss Fuel Frenzy Weekend.
Soak in the savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Remember as a kid, if you could dream it, you could do it? Well, you still can. Now during the Ford Summer Supercharged Sales Event. And with great offers on select Ford vehicles, just move on. You'll not only bring back the fun, you'll supercharge it. So when the sun goes down, you'll just be getting started. Now place your order and lock in 2.9% APR for 60 months on select F-150 trucks and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't miss Fuel Frenzy Weekend.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And a beautiful start to our Saturday morning here in Madison. It's be a blue skies and comfortable conditions for us. Now, as we take a look at what we're feeling right now, 68 degrees for us. We're going to warm up nicely into those 70s by the time we get into the lunchtime hour. And don't worry, folks, those 80s to make it feel like summer is just right around the corner. For those who haven't headed there just yet for the farmers market, well, it's going to be a comfortable one. We're going to be on the mild side by the time we get into the later part of the event. But overall, it's going to be a beautiful summer day as we we get into our Dane County Farmers Market. Take a look at our surface map. This is what we're going to be seeing for us here. We have a high pressure system taking hold of much of the upper Midwest for us, which is going to keep things dry for quite a while. On top of that, you can see that stationary fronts, which is stalled out just into the southernmost tip of the Midwest, which has brought in a line of storms, which stretches in from Oklahoma all the way throughout southern parts of Missouri and the northern areas of Arkansas. Now, as we take a look at what we're seeing here in for the southern Wisconsin area, we're going to be rather dry, and that's going to be the theme for us throughout the rest of this weekend. So definitely take full advantage of the weather that we have this weekend, guys. We're going to be looking at the lower 80s, sticking around throughout much of our afternoon and evening hours for today. Going into tonight, we'll cool down just ever so nicely, and then as we go into our Sunday morning, a bit mild, and then once again back into those 80s. Only change we're going to start to see is when we get into our overnight hours early Monday morning. We're going to start to see a couple of pop-up showers and storms that start to cluster just north of Dane County around 1 a.m. And then as we get into the overnight hours again, you may still hear a couple rumbles of some thunder as we go into the late hours of our morning. And then we're going to start to see clearing as we get into our early Monday morning, especially once we get into our morning commute. Monday, well, we're going to be starting to see once again another warm start for us, but outside of that, folks, we're not looking at too much in terms of rain accumulations here in southern Wisconsin. Areas near Juneau could see about half, maybe even more, but areas that are going to see those thunderstorms are going to be the more susceptible to seeing some higher totals in terms of rain. Alert day is in the forecast for Wednesday because, folks, we are going to see the high heat and humidity return, which has really just been scorching much of the west. It's now going to spread more throughout the lower 48 of the United States for us as we get into the mid part of next week. So expect our Wednesday and our Thursday to be quite the scorchers. Three things we're going to need to know. It's not going to be any rain for us through Sunday, but we are going to be tracking some showers and storms starting to develop overnight from Sunday night into our Monday morning. Outside of that, folks, it's going to be hot for Wednesday and for Thursday. So make sure that you have your cool spots ready to go. Oh, we're going to do that now? Because Wednesday and Thursday is going to be our hot ones. We're going to see the 90s really come into the frame for us. It's going to be the dog days of summer to start off our August, and you were just eyeballing me. You're ready for this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've been pointing at him for the last, like, 30 seconds.
The rhyme that I came up with was, don't be a fool, stay cool, and find a pool.
Yeah. That's what he said. That's it. That's our new, if you ever forget our three things of sunscreen, cool spot, hydrate.
Yeah. That's, well,
don't be a fool. Stay cool and find a pool.
If you can, of course.
Yeah, get in the tub.
Whatever ways, but in all seriousness, do try to stay cool because heat-related illnesses
stay weather aware.
Are definitely one of the killers in the weather world. So definitely be aware of that.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Julian.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to popular pastimes at retirement homes, playing cards or knitting may come to mind. But at one care center overseas, residents have a rather unusual hobby. Tina Crofts has the story.
If there's a recipe for happiness in later life, residents at this retirement home in Vienna, Austria, may have cracked it. These seniors, all in their 80s, are brewing their own beer. Project manager Christoph Gruber says it all started as an idea to help residents improve their motor skills and train their brains. Every Thursday morning, the octogenarians take a seat at the table to produce 150 bottles of craft beer based on a Viennese recipe from 1841, using only Austrian ingredients. Rupert Jaksch says, we meet up, talk about beer, make jokes about it, and another day goes by, a nice day. Their first brew, called Grandma and Grandpa, that's Oma and Opa in German, was a huge hit, selling out in cafeterias at 30 care homes across the Austrian capital. So they've now expanded their brand with a lighter lager known as Helmut and Helga. Ingeborg Zeller says, I like to keep busy. It doesn't matter with what. And as for the brouhaha this beer has stirred up, well, everyone seems happy to drink to that.
The care home has sold about 25,000 bottles of beer so far. Those proceeds are going to help patients with dementia. Stick with News 3 Now all weekend. Brad will have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10. But first, a woman with special needs loves when her local UPS driver arrives. But this week, he brought her a special surprise. That story when we return in just a moment.
Check out my Playscape two-piece sectional. The $12.99 price tag makes it great. The 2 colors and 5 decorative pillows makes it greater. The comfy pop-up sleeper with Bobapedic memory foam makes it greater.
Get Bob's discount!
Greater.
Hi, I'm Scott Walker. Please join me in voting for Rebecca Clayfish for governor. Rebecca stood with me as we took on the big government special interest and cut taxes. While Rebecca and I were fighting for reform, Tim Michael's company was teaming up with the union bosses and those lobbying for a gas tax increase. Rebecca and I knew that these increases would hurt Wisconsin families, so we stopped them. There's only one conservative fighter in the race for governor. Her name is Rebecca Clayfish.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows from Feldco and Sunday. Call now.
Call quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
One bite of 100% Angus beef ballpark frank, and you'll say, hello, summer. Oh, yeah, it's ballpark season.
Ron Johnson never thinks about people like me. He's all about those Washington guys. Drug companies, insurance companies. Johnson took their money and pushed for billions in special corporate tax breaks, and even admitted benefiting from them himself. No wonder Johnson's net worth doubled since he's been in Washington. Meanwhile, Johnson thinks we ought to consider raising the retirement age. We ought to put Ron Johnson into retirement instead. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
My Blake dining set, table and 6 chairs, or table, 4 chairs and bench in 3 finishes, in dining height or counter height. With Bob's discount, only $5.99. Now, how am I going to tie my shoes?
Get Bob's discount!
A call for action over home contracting jobs left unfinished, Monday at 10.
Finally this morning, the favorite time of day for a California woman with special needs is when her UPS driver comes by. And on Friday, as she waited on her porch, little did she know her driver had a special delivery just for her. Tony Almanza has her story.
Kristen Arias gets excited when the UPS driver comes by. She's especially happy because the delivery driver in that truck is her favorite.
Because before COVID hit, I used to go to a program, and now I'm cooped up in the house, and I get to be outside to see Anthony.
Anthony Gonzalez regularly delivers packages to Kristen and her mom, Patty. Today, he's delivering more, a basket of goodies.
It's the first for me to do, and it's actually pretty satisfying to be able to do this. Like, we get things from them every time, and it's good to show them like our appreciation for them because they don't get it. I mean, they just see us when we deliver stuff to them, and it's fine to see Kristen smiling and just happy to make her day.
He got the idea because Kristen often has cookies or other treats when Anthony comes by.
We made snacks, and we just call it like munch.
Anthony says in the middle of a long day of deliveries, Kristen and her mom always makes them feel appreciated.
It's her smiling out the window, waving to me, or her coming out and giving me a pickup, but also putting the extra Snickers in there. I just appreciate all the things that she does for us, and it's just happy to know them and their family.
Tony Almanza, Oceano, CBS News.
I was was just going to say, we were just talking how we're going to go take a nap. But after I wake up from my nap, Julian, can I go get in the pool?
Yes, you can for quite a while, too.
Really?
Next 10 days, folks, it is going to be warm, and then it's going to get hot again. Alert days in the forecast for Wednesday, so we're going to be expecting really hot temperatures to roll in, and the humidity going to be pushing into the lower and middle triple digits. So make sure that you're staying cool.